details there if anyone's interested. And in fact, the design is so modular that the rules contract itself can just be swapped out at any time. And that also happens in a vote, and it requires 50% of the people to vote on it. The question that all of these decentralized investments funds, the biggest problem they have is, well, what happens if a group of nefarious, malicious actors decide to create a proposal that steals all the money from all the honest actors? So what we've done here is obviously the fact that you can withdraw at any time, even if you see a really bad proposal go through that's clearly an attacking proposal, you can withdraw all your money. But there are scenarios where if you have a small fund and some wealthy investor just wants to troll you and keeps putting a lot of money in and making bad investments, people would always have to leave. Then maybe they could start a new DAO, but this wealthy troll could keep going in and basically causing a denial of service attack. So what we've done is we've said, okay, if at any time there's a really bad proposal that some thief or attacker is voting yes on, the rest of the participants in the DAO can create something called the transfer DAO. And what that means is everyone else can go to the new DAO, but the attacker can't. So it would basically just say anyone who voted yes on this really, really bad proposal is not invited to the new DAO, so that attacker gets frozen out. So here's the contract design. So the fund holds all of the ether. Holding token.sol is responsible for, mostly responsible for making sure that your tokens aren't transferable during a vote to prevent multiple votes from one person. BoardRoom is where the proposals are actually made, where they get executed. Also, if you want to make a rule change proposal, it happens there. The Aries rules.sol are actually all the rules I described, and they basically make everything work. Only have 1 minute left. Yes, so for really lazy people who put their money in the DAO and then go on vacation or walk through the desert for a month, they might not be around to quickly withdraw their money if there's an attacking proposal. So if you're not going to be an active user, you should probably never join one of these things. But if you do want to do that, we suggest using a higher level service for keeping track of your funds. So if you do go on vacation or leave for a long time, you can join these multi-sig services that will withdraw on your behalf. We'll also be adding things like email, SMS notifications if a lot of people are burning something. Yeah, so that's about it. The code is on GitHub. There's a white paper up, and Nick's going to finish up.
So yeah, we designed a DAO. We're not going to launch it. And we are going to, however, launch a very small one for Ethereum.js, basically to test all of the ramifications of this, figure out what the weak points are, and gather as much data as we can. The data that we're going to gather is primarily social. We're going to have multiple third-party audits with large bug bounties, build all the warning systems, do the formal verification. Yeah, do not attempt to use this to start a DAO. Even though it does solve most of the problems that the original DAO was plagued with, it's still highly temperamental in the sense that we just don't know yet. We just don't have enough data or research. However, from a sort of game theoretical perspective, it's far more sound and rather interesting as just the governance structure. So you can find us here. That's my Twitter. Dino doesn't exist in the internet, so you can't find him. And then Aries and BoardRoom, and as well we're started a Gitter, Aries-protocol. And yeah, so we hope to hear all your ideas and thoughts. Obviously, we want to do small good stuff with this first, try it out at a small scale. And basically get to a point where we have enough research to show that this design pattern is good and the game theory is sound. So yeah, thank you.